Okay, so perhaps you saw my last video, which was all about the use of EFT for physical pain. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I am today tapping on the pain that I'm having in my ankle and foot from trapped blood, bruising, a varicose vein procedure, a whole bunch of stuff that has happened to this poor leg and foot in the last, 10, 12 days. So yeah, so I'm having a lot of pain. That's awkward. In my foot. You don't need to see my foot, but I'm going to just kind of take a moment right now to connect with the way that my foot is feeling, and note the sensations, and then rate it on my dog's kicking my tripod down there, just laying on it like the lazy dog that he is. I'm just going to note the sensations that I'm having and kind of give it a rating from 1 to 10 so that I best know how much I've shifted the resistance in my body to the pain once I'm done with this round. So it's a feeling of, it's an intense bruise. It's a sharp pain. It's lacking mobility. It hurts when I turn it a certain way. I'm just kind of feeling it out here, moving it around. If you can see my foot, I'm like doing circles with it down here. So, and I'm on like 2 extra strength Tylenol right now, and it still hurts a heck of a lot. So I'm gonna say, like, on a level of 1 to 10, the subjective distress that I'm feeling is like a 7. And now I'm gonna tap on it. So you do this along with me. And like I mentioned in the past video, there's nothing you can do that's gonna harm yourself when it comes to EFT, but you're definitely gonna lower your cortisol. You're definitely gonna lower your stress hormones. And if you do it right, you're gonna knock out a whole lot of other stuff. But doing it right often does require the help and guidance of a practitioner or master practitioner like myself. And if you need that, reach out for it. I mean, even just doing a few sessions with somebody who is master certified in this practice can make such a difference on the outcomes that you get, versus trying to just amble through it on your own. And maybe you get results, maybe you don't, maybe your results aren't as good as it could be. It's eye-opening, guys. It's really eye-opening. Let's do this together. Even though I have really intense pain in my right foot, I love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though it's really frustrating that this procedure didn't go as smoothly as all the others have, I love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though it hurts to walk, and it hurts to move it, and it hurts to wear shoes, I'm open to the possibility of healing and want to love, accept, and forgive myself anyway. All this pain in my right foot, pain in the top right side of my foot near my ankle, pain and bruising around my ankle bone, pain and tightness in my lower calf. I just wish it would go away. I don't have time to be hurt. Sharp pain in the top of my foot. It feels like everything is tight. I keep taking extra strength Tylenol, and I hate taking pain meds. And they're hardly even touching the pain. I feel like something is blocking the flow down there. Something needs to release. Wanting for the bruising to heal, the blood to flow the way that it's supposed to. Wanting for the mobility to come back to my foot. and for the pain to leave as quickly as it came. I just want to support the full healing process of my body right now. To send love to the pain and allow it to resolve. Feeling the pain shifting slightly to the side of my foot from the top. I'll chase that pain right out the bottom of my foot. I call the power and energy in me to go to the places that need help and facilitate the healing. All this pain in my right foot. So much pain, cramping my style and slowing me down. I'm stubborn. I don't like to be slowed down. I don't like to admit that I'm hurt. Just wanting my foot to heal. So that it can continue to help me journey through this world day by day like it always has. I'm so grateful for all these places my feet have taken me over the years. And if it's not too much to ask, I sure would love to do it without this pain. Opening up and just allowing it to free itself from my body, to work itself out, to release. So that was one round of EFT tapping on the pain in my right foot. I'm just going to move it around again. Oh my goodness. It's much more concentrated right now. Actually, wow. The mobility's a lot better, surprisingly. There's still a stiffness for sure. And things like, crazy to say it, but the bruising doesn't feel as bad. I was just getting ready to say, like, things like bruising and stuff, but they're just gonna have to heal on their own, you know? It's, wow, I couldn't even, there's an area that I am palpating at the top of my foot right now that I could hardly touch this morning. It's tender, like it's still super tender, but it's definitely improved. My foot feels stiff still, and there's still mobility missing. Wow, I can really stretch it a lot more than I could this morning. So, you know, progress is being made. So where I was a 7 before, I'd say I'm like a 4.5 or a 5. So when it comes to physical pain like this, that is something that kind of has to, there's a good amount of this that has to work itself out on its own. You know, like they let out the trapped blood the other day. There's a healing process here, but this particular pain is new. Like it's on top of everything else. So, I mean, there's some healing that just has to happen that's going to take time, but wow. Oh, wow. It really feels, it actually just had a weird tingle through it. I can feel a shift. So, and it's a shift in a good direction. So that's, if I'm I'm not gonna, this is already been a 10-minute video, but I will sit here and I will do probably 2 more rounds like that right now. And I'll see, and I would be willing to bet that I can probably get my pain down with 2 more rounds, at least to a 3, at least, just based on what I've done with myself before. And I never like to try to predict that beforehand because I don't like to close the door to more progress. So often when we use a scale like that, it's interesting, but people really do get connected to pain. And this isn't just physical pain, but bothersome memories or traumas or things like that, where they're almost afraid to just release it. And you don't ever want to close yourself off to that or be afraid of that. You know, release is a beautiful, wonderful move in the right direction, but it does trigger certain feelings of removed safety for some of us. And that's something to address too. And you can tap on it. So you know, the wheel goes round and round, but that is just an example for you because I often get asked about, you know, like, how do I use this for pain? Or I don't quite understand, or how can I possibly make, you know, this, that, or the next thing better with this technique? And that's how. And just like with any complex problem, it's going to take multiple rounds. It's going to take more than the 10 minutes that I just spent on myself. But I think that combining that with my natural healing over the next few days, and I'll check in with you guys and let you know, I think that's going to make a huge difference in me feeling better sooner and more completely.